cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go ahead and give this one, you know what? It was about a 7. It was about a 7 for me. So let's jump right into it. If you disagree, you could just write down what you think it was in the comments. All right, we see Michael, Maxie, Carly, and Willow. Maxie is trying to talk to Carly, and she's so distracted by the baby that she can't even hear her. She can't hear anything she's saying to her. She's just so distracted and enthralled with the baby. And they said, "You're fighting a losing battle." That was it, y'all. So then Chase comes, and he and Brooklyn are there, and it's awkward between these two. And she asked him, "What are you doing here?" And he said he's there because he wants to talk to her about everything. Excuse me, he wants to check up with Michael and Willow, and with, to see the baby Amelia and everything. And so they're like, "Oh, okay." And that's awkward too. So then Maxie leaves because she had told Carly, "Girl, we're gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna come back when you're not so distracted." And so she sees Chase and Brooklyn, and he goes in to talk to, Michael and everyone. And she tell Maxie's just like, "Brooklyn, what's going on with y'all?" And she said, "Nothing." And she said, "You need to tell this man you want him still. Like, stop putting it off and stop beating around the bush. Just tell him how you feel." So Chase comes out after speaking to Michael and Willow and everything. And Brooklyn just burst out, "I want you." And he said, "What?" She said, "To do the nurse's ball." He said, "Oh yeah, it's a good thing." And so around this time, Liesel comes running through, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that looks like bad news." And Chase grabs Brooklyn's hand, and they have a little moment. Honestly, I'm done with them. I don't care. So they have a little moment, and that's it, y'all. So then oh yeah, that's when Chase and everything came in. So then we go over here to Gregory and Alexis. So when Gregory and Alexis on screen, he's still stumbling and stuttering. And so Alexis is convinced this man is an alcoholic, and he's just hiding it. He's lying about everything. And he gets ticked off at her because he's like, "Girl, I told you I didn't have a drink. This is just straight orange juice." And I said, "Girl, you can't tell this man is sick." But anyways, she just tells him, like, "You don't need to drive like this. I'm gonna take your keys." And he says, "Here, take my keys." And she said, "You can pick them up tomorrow." And he says, "Leave him at the front and stay the hell away from me," because he's sick of Alexis. He has something personal going on, and she keeps like barging in. And I said, "Alexis, back down. Everyone's not an alcoholic, and even if they are, this isn't the way to approach them." So then she ends up leaving, and she goes and talks to Sam, and she tells Sam everything that's going on. And Sam says, "Yeah, those are the signs, I know them well, but everyone is not an alcoholic, and you have to understand that." And Lexa says, "Yes, I know." So Sam goes up to the bar, and they tell her, they didn't serve Gregory any alcohol. I said, "Dang, they just told y'all that?" "Okay." And so she was like, "Well, he's on pills. It's something." I said, "Alexis, ladies, man, this man done told you to leave him alone. Leave him alone. If he wants you to know, he'll tell you." So then we see Cameron and Jocelyn, and they are talking and everything. And he's telling her to stay away from Dex. And he says he's gonna get hurt. And then she starts flashing back to when Dex did get hurt. And he says, but she knows that Dex is supposed to be taking Sonny down. Girl, you don't know, your man's feelings has changed about Sonny, girl. But anyways, if they haven't already, they're definitely going to. And so now she's just like, I'll be okay. You don't have to look out for me." And he said, "Everything about Dex, that lifestyle you said you didn't want, that's Dex. That's Dex. So either you want it or you don't. But if you do, and if you're with him, that's what it's gonna entail." And so she was like, "I can take care of myself. Don't worry." So he was like, "Okay." And then Trina calls around this time, and she tells them, "Meet me at Spencer's place at Sonny's." And they were like, "What for?" And she said, "I'll tell you when I get there." Now, Trina had been visiting with Esme. And Esme was like, "Is Spencer out here?" Because at first she was like, "I know who you are. You're Trina, and I did horrible things to you." Now, Esme is just like, I can't I don't remember any of it. I don't remember anything. It's not fair to me or Ace that I be on trial. I said, B, no ma'am. Now y'all know I like this Esme, this wannabe sweet Esme. But what you're not gonna do is pretend like you shouldn't be tried for what you've done, whether you remember it, air quotes, or not. You did it. Like, you not having a memory. That doesn't, the people who you did this stuff to, they remember. So, ma'am, even though I like this Esme, you still need to be on trial for what you did and everything. But she just talks to Trina, and she said, "Did I pass the test?" And see Trina, because Trina tells her, "You need to. The old baby shouldn't be in prison." And so she said, did I pass the test?" And Trina said, "What test?" She says, "I might not have my memory, but I'm not dumb. I know you came here to see for yourself if I was lying." And Trina says, "I'm not stupid either. And I'm a pretty good judge of character and all that." And she said, and Trina ends up leaving. And so Esme, she'll put baby Ace to bed for his nap, and then she goes and gets a book, and a guard tells her, "You got a letter." And she throws the letter because it's from Heather Weber. Then she picks the letter up and starts reading. And we don't know what the letter said, child. I don't know. So then we see Dex, Sonny, and Spencer, and he like, what he doing here? And Sonny said, "Wait a minute now. Watch some of that bass in your voice when you talk to me. I'm still Sonny. I love you, nephew, but I'm still Sonny." And he says he's here until I says he's here. And I want you two to get along. And Sonny said, "All right, cool. I'm going to get along with him." So that's when Dex said, because Dex had left and went to the back. And Spencer tells Sonny, he messing with Jocelyn. And Sonny like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he messing with Jocelyn. Cam leaving, and he leave. One of the reasons he leaving is because Jocelyn went from Cam to Dex." Now Sonny act like this didn't bother him, but we know he gonna talk to Dex about it later on. But he says, "I gotta go to Nina's." So then Dex comes back out, and he says, "Sonny gone?" And Spencer's like, "Yeah." He said, Where did he go?" And he said, "You off duty. Why do you care?" Or whatever. And so around this time, then Dex gonna tell uh Spencer, "You sucker punched me last time. It won't be this time." I said, "Oh, y'all know I can't stand Dex, so it is what it is." So around this time, all Cam and Jocelyn knock on the door. And so Dex goes and opens the door, and he sees them. Now Spencer already told Dex, "I don't know why you lied to my Uncle Sonny, like you're not messing with Jocelyn." And Dex tried to be like, does Jocelyn seem like someone who would sneak around? And Spencer is like, "No." And he said, "So there, you got your answer." Spencer is not stupid. He already know you did not answer the question or whatever. So when Jocelyn comes up, Spencer did this on purpose, making Dix open that door because he already knew they were coming over. So Spencer's sitting on the couch, and he's like, "Let my guest in." And so they were like, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "My Uncle Sonny let him stay." And so it's awkward. And Dex like, "I'm going to go back to my room." And so now all of them are there together, and Trina comes in, and she tells them, "Guys, I went to see Esme." And they were like, "Really? What's up?" And then she said, um, she's acting like she doesn't have a memory. And Spencer said, "The word is act. She's acting." And so then they said, so Trina says, "What we gotta do if we want Esme to pay is to get the charges dropped on her." Hold on, y'all. "We have to get the charges dropped on her." And they said, "Say what now?" And she said, Mama. Sorry, Mila came over with her little computer. I had to try to turn down the volume. But they're like, "What? Drop charges?" And she said, "Yes," because she said right now Esme is this innocent, sweet girl, single mom with a baby, with no memory of anything she's done. If they put her on trial right now, the jury gonna feel sorry for her, and she's gonna get off. But if you let her out, and she can't be tried again, but if you let her out and she does anything that shows she has memory of everything that happened, or if she makes any slip up, then you can try her. And baby Ace won't be in prison." And they were like, "Dang." That is right. That is. And so they all agree. And they said, okay, we're gonna do this for Ace. And so they all agree to it. And then Spencer, they say, let's go and talk to Diane right now because she's ready to talk. And then Spencer says, thank you for helping baby Ace to Trina. And she says, you're welcome. Trina be looking cute. And Josh said, when Diane says she ready now. Ain't nobody telling you nothing about Dex. Don't be rushing Trina out when she's trying to flirt with Spencer. But anyways, Cam goes up to Jocelyn. He said, you coming with us or you staying? He looked back there towards Dex. And she said, I'm coming with y'all. So she ends up leaving as well, right? And so then we see Liesl and Nina, and Liesl is just, she not talking to Scott still because she upset about this whole Elizabeth thing. And Nina is telling her the truth, like, girl, that man didn't find out until this information until after it had happened. So you could not be mad at him for knowing that information. She said, but he represented Elizabeth and got her off. I said, Liesl, you would have did the same thing for one of your family members. And she said, she just like, she don't want to talk to him right now. She's upset. And so her and Nina talking and about how stressed that Nina is with worrying about Willow, and if if Liesl's gonna be, everything's gonna go well for Liesl to be the match. And so at this point, Sonny comes over. And so Lisa gets a phone call, and Nina's like, why is there extra security outside? And he said, we'll talk about it later. And so Lisa says, I'm a match, but something went wrong, and they don't tell us right now what went wrong. We don't end up seeing it right then, but we see it when Lisa goes over to talk to Carly and them, they tell us. But I'm gonna go ahead and act like she told them already. So Sonny and Nina talk, and they said everything's gonna be fine as soon as all the medication gets out of Lisa's system. They're gonna be able to do the transplant, and it's just to wait a few more days. And she says Willow doesn't have this time, and she was like, I wish I could talk to her. She says, I'm not gonna do anything crazy, I'm not gonna upset her, I'm not gonna go over, I'm not gonna do anything like that, I'm just gonna chill out, right? And so then we see that Nina starts telling Sonny again about, listen, what's with the security? He said, you said you didn't want to know about my business, so stay out of it. I feel him. And so she said, well, I'm thinking I kind of want to know. And if it's something, would I be afraid if I knew? And he just looks. And she said, that's a yes. I said, baby, if you don't, listen, we ain't doing this back and forth, Nina. Either you want to know or you don't. Either you want to be with this man or you don't. You know you my girl. But we ain't doing this back and forth. Stand 10 toes down and leave him alone. So then Lisa go over and she talks to Willow and all them, and she tells them about how they have to get her medication out of the system, and then she can be the donor. And she says she's sorry, and Willow was like, I can never repay you for what you've done for me, so don't be sorry. I'm just happy, to know that it's going to proceed. And so Michael is all worried and stuff, but he's trying not to show it. Willow says she good. She just want to be with her baby. She want to be with Wiley and chill out. And then Carly sees that her son is worried, and she tells him, if you need to talk, let me know. And that was General Hospital Day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be killing myself with this GH review. As I was doing it, I said, girl, you could do a little bit. You could do a little bit better than that. I don't know. Y'all know these are not my favorite characters. These are not my favorite. I really ain't been into it since they got the whole Portia wedding didn't go off the way I thought it was gonna go off. But GH is better than I do like, because I know it seems like I don't like this soap because I haven't reviewed it in a while. But I do like it. It's just like I got a little behind, and it's like, okay, where you go review it? When are you gonna start reviewing it again? Because it was like 1 week something came up, and then the next week if something came up at the beginning of the week, but then the end of the week I was free, but then I had to catch up on the episodes because I hadn't watched not one episode from that previous week. So I was like, let me try to catch up. And then this week started, and I was like, girl, what are we doing? I want to do this review, but I don't know. I'm behind a little bit. So let me just watch these episodes and do the review. I don't know, but I do like the ads. I always like the teens, the young adults. They have a good storyline, but yeah, I don't know. This Willow Nina, Lizzo, Carly, Sonny, Micah. I just don't care. I just don't care about that storyline, and I'm trying to make myself care. I'm done with the review. If you didn't notice, I'm just talking now. I'm trying to make myself care about this storyline. And maybe if I liked Michael and Willow, I would care more. But I don't know. I wasn't like I was in and out of General Hospital when Michael and Willow got together. And so maybe that's why I'm not, because I'm not invested in their love. I'm not invested in it. The Alexis Gregory storyline, I said we just had Britt who had this a disease, and now we bring Gregory in with it. So I feel like what happened with that is Britt left the show, and but they were like, oh, but we got this great storyline. So they said, well, what can we do with it? Let's give it the sickness, like some kind of sick. But we already have Willow sick. I don't know, child. I don't know. I know y'all not trying to make Gregory a pill popper or alcohol. Like, what y'all trying to do? I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.